After treating hundreds of PCOS patients at 5 Element, I need to tell you something that might shock you. The crash diet your doctor recommended, it's actually making your PCOS worse. I'm Dr. Monique Rodriguez, and if you are 1 in 10 women dealing with PCOS, you've probably been told the same thing over and over. Just lose the weight and your symptoms will improve. But what if I told you that this advice is not only wrong, but it's actually perpetuating the very inflammation and insulin resistance that it's driving your condition? By the end of this video, I will show you and make you understand why weight loss first approach will fail 90% of PCOS patients. And I will show you the integrated treatment protocol that is helping my patients regulate their cycles, reduce symptoms, and reclaim their energy without a single crash diet. The science shows us that PCOS is not a weight problem. It is a hormonal disorder rooted in insulin resistance and inflammation that crash diets actually worsen. What is the fatal flaw in conventional PCOS treatment? Let me tell you about Sarah, a 32-year-old marketing executive who came to my office after 2 years of yo-yo dieting. Her doctor had kept telling her that eat less, move more, but every restrictive diet sent her cortisol through the roof, making her insulin resistance worse and her periods even more irregular. Here is what conventional medicine gets wrong about PCOS. They treat it like it's a weight problem when it's actually a complex hormonal disorder. Research demonstrates that chronic stress from restricting diet actually elevates cortisol levels, which directly worsens your PCOS symptoms by increasing the insulin resistance and inflammatory markers. Think of it like this. When you crash diet, you're essentially pouring gasoline on the inflammatory fire that's already burning in your body. According to recent studies published by the Frontiers in Endocrinology, elevated stress biomarkers like cortisol are prevalent in PCOS patients, correlating with symptoms like weight gain. PCOS affects 1 in 10 women of reproductive age, and the symptoms range from irregular menstrual cycles, excess androgen levels, and small cysts in the ovaries that can lead to infertility. But here's what most doctors miss. PCOS is fundamentally linked to insulin resistance and inflammation, not just weight. When we take a holistic approach of 5 Element wellness, we understand the addressing the root causes is important. Insulin resistance, inflammation, and stress is far more effective than simply focusing on the scale. The missing link to the stress and inflammation is that the research is very crystal. The stress is not just a side effect of PCOS, it's actually a primary driver of the condition through inflammatory, oxidative, and hormonal pathways. A comprehensive study in the Journal of Medicine found that stress amplifies PCOS metabolic dysfunction, and chronic stress alters the body composition while elevating cortisol, making restrictive diets counterproductive. Think of PCOS like a 3-legged stool: insulin resistance, inflammation, and stress. Conventional medicine only focuses on one leg, which is the weight, while ignoring the other 2 that are actually holding the whole thing up. In our practice, we've seen that addressing the stress management through acupuncture and lifestyle modification can actually regulate the menstrual cycles and even before the significant weight loss occurs. This is why our patients often see periods return and energy improve within 6 to 8 weeks, long before the scale shows dramatic changes. Mindfulness-based stress reduction can actually show significantly reduced anxiety and worry in women with PCOS. When you combine this with targeted interventions that address insulin sensitivity and inflammation, you can create an environment where your body can actually heal instead of just managing your symptoms. So what is the 5 Element integrated protocol? Everything we do at the 5 Element Wellness Center follows one principle. We don't believe in one-size-fits-all solutions. PCOS affects every woman differently, so treatments must be completely individualized. Our integrative approach consists of 4 key pillars: anti-inflammatory nutrition, which we focus on pH balance and omega-3 fatty acids, not calorie restriction. The pH of food is essential in treating PCOS because alkaline foods will reduce inflammation that burdens your system. We're talking about incorporating omega-3 fatty acids into your diet, which research shows that can significantly improve hormonal balance. balance. Acupuncture for your hormones, because ancient practice helps reduce stress, improves circulation to the uterus, and regulates the menstrual cycle naturally. The science shows us that acupuncture can balance hormones by affecting the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis, which is often disrupted by PCOS. Microdosing peptide therapy, that we do tiny doses of semaglutide, much less than therapeutic doses, to improve insulin sensitivity without any side effects. New research showing that semaglutide originally was for type 2 medication can actually help regulate menstrual cycles and manage PCOS symptoms when used in microdoses. Stress management protocols, because elevated cortisol is a hidden culprit for hormone chaos. Acupuncture, with all these other techniques, actually helps all our patients to manage all their PCOS issues. We treat the root cause simultaneously, and your body can then start the healing process and manage all your symptoms. So here's where things get really interesting. New research is showing us that semaglutide can help regulate menstrual cycles and manage PCOS symptoms when using microdoses. This isn't just a weight loss program where you're on high doses with side effects. We're talking about weekly microdoses that improves your insulin sensitivity while you're also getting acupuncture and following an anti-inflammatory protocol. The way we do it is completely different than being on a weight loss protocol or program with semaglutide. There's actually a membership where our patients can come every week and get into this program of microdosing to actually help with PCOS. These doses are very tiny and there are no side effects. I have patients who've been able to regulate their cycles for the first time in years, not because they lost 50 pounds, but just because we addressed their insulin resistance at the cellular level while supporting their body's natural healing processes. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, this sounds exactly what I need, but I don't know where to start, I want you to know that we've created a comprehensive PCOS assessment that helps identify your specific root cause. The link is actually in the description below, and it's the same assessment that we use with our patients at 5 Element to create their individualized treatment plans. The herbal remedies that we use, the specific acupuncture points we target, even the exact microdosing protocol, it all depends on your unique symptom pattern. One patient might need herbs to support the liver detoxification if they're dealing with excess androgens, while another needs a formula to calm the nervous system if the stress is the primary trigger. This integrates with our understanding that everything we do is going to be completely individualized. There are many different herbal remedies that we use to support our patients, but it depends on what kind of symptoms they're having. This is why the lose weight and take birth control approach fails so many women. It completely ignores the fact that PCOS manifests differently in every single person. Taking a holistic approach means that we look at your entire health picture, not just one symptom or one lab value. So, in order to recap and understand, PCOS isn't a weight problem that requires crash dieting. It is a complex hormonal condition driven by insulin resistance, inflammation, and stress that requires an individualized approach. So when you stop fighting the body with restrictive diets and start supporting it with the combination of acupuncture, anti-inflammatory nutrition, stress management, and targeted therapies like microdosing, your body can finally start healing. But here is what I haven't told you yet. There is one specific type of stress that is actually sabotaging PCOS recovery in 80% of my patients, and most women have no idea that they're actually dealing with it. Now that you understand why conventional approach to PCOS fails and what actually works, you need to know about this hidden stress factor that could be sabotaging your recovery. In our next video, the hidden stress that's keeping your PCOS out of control, I will reveal the one type of stress that might be flying under your radar and show you exactly how to identify it and address it. Click here to watch it now, because this could be the missing piece that you've been searching for.